going?
Yep.
Okay. This is the ChemGuard 1,500-pound dry chemical inversion trailer unit. The primary components are 3 nitrogen cylinders that are utilized to pressurize the unit, the dry chemical tank, which rotates and helps break up the powder, 2 1-inch by 100-foot hose reels with 2 individually controlled nozzles. The master valve is located here. This valve, when it's pulled, will actuate the unit with nitrogen, activate the inversion system that will invert the tank. The hose lines will pressurize up. The operator pulls the hose line off of the reel, puts his weight into the nozzle, and makes sure that he fully opens the nozzle to get 100% of the firefighting capability that the unit has. It's very important that the operator make sure that he gets the nozzle all the way open. A lot of times an operator will open the nozzle halfway and think that's about as much reaction as he can control and stop at that point. By the time he gets the nozzle halfway open, he's experiencing 90% of the reaction force. If he'll open it up all the way, he'll get 100% of the firefighting capabilities of the nozzle and the unit with just a small increase in the reaction force of the tank. You look around back, of the unit, the inversion mechanism is located back here. See the pneumatic cylinder, it's pressurized, pushes out the arm, pushes this arm over, the chain rotates the ball. The nitrogen comes into the unit, through this end right here. The inlet tube goes up to the top, the sphere. There are 4 pickup tubes that are also located at the top. They come down to a common outlet and goes out through the pillar block bearing in the front. When the unit inverts, that places the nitrogen inlet tube and the pickup tubes at the bottom of the sphere, so that 100% of the nitrogen, or 100% of the powder, can be discharged out of the unit. After the unit is used, even though you may only use 20% or 25% of the powder, when you re-invert the tank, that puts the pickup tubes, the nitrogen inlet tube, back at the top of the tank. You let the powder settle for a couple of minutes, usually around 2 minutes, and then you purge your hand lines, cleaning the chemical out of the lines with the residual pressure that you have in the tank. You don't have to use any more nitrogen pressure out of your cylinders. The other thing that this does, it's the only dry chemical unit on the market where you actually can purge the tubes inside of the tank to make sure that they're clean of powder after the unit is discharged. Okay, stop it, Mike.
Okay, go ahead. Here an operator pulls the master valve. You'll see the tank slowly, the cylinder will slowly pressurize. You'll hear the gas going into the cylinder in a second, and then the sphere rotates. .180 degrees, placing the pickup tubes and the nitrogen inlet tube at the bottom of the tank. Once you're finished firefighting, to re-invert the unit, the control valve is pressed down. This re-inverts the sphere. One of the important things is not to close the master valve until the sphere has re-inverted 100% and the sphere stop is against the stop of the skid. Sphere is 100% inverted. It closes the master valve. Now the low pressure manifold is bled down. This operation is done until the low pressure manifold gauge reading reads 0. Now if we had pressurized the tank and discharged the unit, now we would let the unit set for 2 minutes, then slowly open the discharge valve of both hoses approximately 10% and allow the pressure to slowly bleed out of the sphere, which would displace all of the all of the powder out of the tank through the hose reels and clean it out. Once that operation is done, then you need to call for someone to service the unit and refill the unit.